I'm Amirah Zaveri, the producer of Viewpoints Radio. I spoke with Sarah Bakker, the Director of Operations at the American Himalayan Foundation, a nonprofit based out of San Francisco that's working to stop human trafficking in Nepal. In this clip from our interview, I asked Sarah about who some of these traffickers are and why trafficking is still so prevalent in South Asia.
There was a woman in a village who would go to other villages. She'd show up in a helicopter that she rented, dressed up, wearing jewelry, all these very lavish things, and then go talk to girls, go talk to their parents, and tell them she was going to get them a good job, they're going to be making money like me, this whole thing. And it was obviously all just a front to then trick these girls into, and she would pass them off to somebody else, who would pass them off to somebody else, who would pass them off to somebody else. And, they ultimately end up in brothels around, various parts of India. And it's really interesting.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating when you see women who play a big role in trafficking, and I don't understand how they don't have any shame. It's like they're just completely numb to what they're doing.
Yeah, it's true. And I think that to some degree, it is these cultural and caste biases and gender biases that allow someone to subjugate someone else in that way and not think of them as human and think it's fine to do this. That is appalling, and that's something that we need to, as a society, change, is these kinds of discrimination that allows this sort of thinking and these practices to continue.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the East and throughout parts of Asia. I mean, my family's from India. I've done a lot of research in trafficking and sex work in India. So I think it really, the root of the problem starts with gender bias. It starts with how we view women, how we treat women. Yeah,
I think that's completely true. And one of the best ways to change that is by giving girls education and opportunity so that they can get jobs, they can have income for their families, they can be seen as having more value and not something to be kind of disposed of almost.
Check out the full story wherever you listen to podcasts and on viewpointsradio.org. Also follow Viewpoints Radio on Twitter and Instagram for more behind the scenes.